Well, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video, and in this video we're going to be doing a honest review of the new game Vampire: The Masquerade Bloodhunt. So generally what this game is about is it is a battle royale game, but the twist is you guys are vampires. Now each vampire has their own abilities and you could pick from separate vampires which you want to play. They have solo mode, they have duos, and they have trio mode, as well as a solo ranked mode. The game on Steam does have mostly positive reviews. But just beware, if you are going to download it on Steam and you're planning on using a controller, it is not fully configured with controllers, so there might be some issues. But if you play it on console, it fully works on there with controllers, so you just have to play around with that. I personally just like it on console. I think it did really well on PS5. So I actually made 2 videos showing gameplay of this game. If you guys want to go check that video out after this, I'll put it in the description below so you guys can go see actual gameplay. So I'm going to give you my first impressions as well as the pros and the cons of this game, and do I think this game has potential, and I'll let you guys know. So let's go over some of the pros. Now the thing I really like about this game offhand was the movement. The movement is so smooth. The game looks amazing, but the movement is really nice, especially for this type of game. There's a lot of quick movement. You're a vampire, so you got to be fast. You're climbing up buildings, and the shooting and style is actually amazing, and I think they did a really good job on that. Now another concept I like that they added in this game was the fact that you're vampires. So they have like NPCs, like civilians, they're standing on the street, and what you can do is go up to the civilian and actually, bite them in the neck, suck their blood, and what that does is it gives you some sort of power up to your ability, or it can give you an extra life to respawn in because it is a battle royal. Normally if you play the solo battle royal, you do have an extra life. Now let's say you die, you respawn, now you have no more lives left. What you can do is feed on a human and get another life back so I can keep you in the game. Another thing I like is the different choices of vampires that you can pick, all having their own unique abilities. That way everything is not the same, and you got to adapt to the players that you fight depending on what abilities that they have. But overall, I think the sound quality is really good. The graphic wise, it looks amazing. And I love the concept of it. It feels like a H1Z1 game, but with a vampire twist. And in today's world where people like game with fast movements and stuff like that, if you're a type of person that likes third-person game and you like really fast movements and having abilities and that type of stuff, you are really going to enjoy this game. Now let's go over some of the cons, the things that I didn't like at first. You could also let me know in the comments the stuff that you don't like or like about this game. That way I would love to hear your opinions as well. One small thing I didn't like is the customization options. It seems like they didn't really have that much options as far as clothing and stuff, but I understand that because the game is new, and I know eventually they're going to add more stuff as cosmetics and stuff. For people that are into that, they don't really have that much choices. I feel like every vampire has the same outfits that you could put on, so hopefully they get more creative with that, do more vampire type skins to make it look more like a vampire feel. But yeah, the cosmetics they have now is pretty much basic, but it's not horrible. Now I did mention that the movement in this game is pretty smooth and it's actually really fast, but I kind of think it's too fast to where the movements are, it's so crazy, it's hard to even like shoot when everyone's just jumping over your head, zooming, and it gets a lot of hectic, so you really have to put time into this game to learn that movement and get your aim on point because it is hard, especially for the players that are really quick. They're going to be dashing everywhere, and it can be chaotic for the players that are not used to this type of movement. I did find the guns, however, kind of mediocre. I didn't really find a gun that I actually really liked and enjoyed, like, oh yeah, this gun is my go-to gun. All weapons seem pretty basic. They did take a lot to kill. It seems like a high time to kill in this game, so you just have to keep that in mind. But the guns do come in different levels, so it basically goes by color. So the green one will be common, blue is rare, purple, and then gold, kind of like Fortnite setup. So it's like that, and it's hard to find the legendary guns. Most guns you'll find is either green or blue, and by end game, if you don't have any good guns by then and the other players do, you're gonna have a hard time actually getting them. Now, as far as the map, I think the maps actually look really nice. As far as I know, it's just one big map that you always play on, and it's always nighttime, of course, because you're vampires. And it is a pretty big map with high buildings, which doesn't make it bad because even though it's a big map, you can still climb the building on the roof, jump from rooftop to rooftop, and it's actually pretty quick to get around in, which is what I really love about it. The storm, it's like a red gas type of thing, and it doesn't seem to do that much damage, which is actually pretty good, especially for endgame fights, because you're going to be moving around so fast and you could fly into the storm by accident, but it doesn't really kill you that much. And another con for me was I feel like some of the vampires were very underpowered. I feel like their abilities is really not useful at all, or not really helpful, and it could get you killed most of the time. Some vampires' abilities are actually really strong, but I like it. It's not OP strong to where it needs to be nerfed. I just think the underpowered ones need to be buffed to where they're on the same level, because I use the vampire, the enforcer, and his abilities outweighs everyone else's abilities in my opinion. But you can let me know in the comments what your favorite vampire is and your favorite abilities to use. But overall, after first impressions and what I played so far, if I had to give this game a rating out of 10, I would probably give it 7.5 to an 8, because I do think it has potential to be a really big battle royale game. Mostly because it reminds me of H1Z1, which as far as like the simpleness of it, but with a twist of vampires and abilities, which makes it even more cool. And I think it's actually an amazing game, and it just looks amazing, and it actually plays amazing. And that's it for this review. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks for watching.